Hey YouTube, it's Josh here with Tier 1 Survival, and my last video I said I was going to be going over what I kept in my 72-hour bag that stays in my Jeep. And so I have a little bit of time today, and so I'm going to go ahead and make this video and show you what I keep in my Jeep. Alright YouTube, so this is my bag that I keep in my Jeep. It's my 72-hour bag. I got it, I think, cheaper than dirt.com. I've got a couple others I use for the range and keep some of my shooting supplies in. So we'll go ahead and start opening it up and we'll get inside and see what we got. Alright, so these are the contents that are in the main pouch right in here, and as you can see it's wet. My Jeep was leaking a little bit. But I have a space blanket that I like to use. They're very warm. I keep that one folded up so I don't have to break it out all the time. Got my space blanket. Keeps me warm. I can use it as a shelter if I need to. It's got a reversible mylar side that's very reflective for signaling. I have a knife, very sharp and has serrated edges, and then I've also put some paracord on it. Just cordage is king when you're out there in the wild. 550 cord can be broken down. There's about 7 strands inside. Another thing I like to keep for the winter time, the 2 packs of the hot hands. Keep your hands warm, feet, your body. So in here is my 550 cord. I have about 100 feet or so of it, and you can use that in tangent with your space blanket to make a shelter. It's part of a fishing kit. It's like a fish scaler. It's can be used as a fishing pole as well. A roll of duct tape. Always got to have duct tape with you. Many uses: repairing clothes, patching up holes in your space blanket. Survival manual. It's always, knowledge is up here, but sometimes when you're in the thick of it, if you don't, you may not remember, so you have something to always refer to help you out. Another thing that I keep: emergency drinking water. I have about 6 packs of these just in my main compartment, and I think I have a few more on one of the sides as well. I do have some water purification tablets, but 2 is 1 and 1 is none, so the more the better. My multi-tool, pliers, has pliers, some knives, some screwdrivers, a file, 2 MREs. Carry 2 of those. You can break them down, kind of make them last. You can make 2 MREs probably last 4 days. I know when I was out in SEER school up in Spokane, I had I believe it was 4 MREs for the whole week that we were out there, and we made it last. Of course, they fed us some rabbit and chicken halfway through. Fish hooks and weights, sinkers, always good. Have a good fishing kit, because fishing is sometimes a lot easier than hunting or trapping game. More likely, just more hooks. Got some bobbers and just another little complete hook set with a bobber, weight, and fishing line. Like I said, more hooks. I've got some lures here for crappie or bass. Some more cordage. I've got a lot of cordage just in there. Fishing line. You can use multiple. You can make traps with it. Small game, of course, or for fishing, setting lines, bank lines. And another thing that I have is vodka. It's cheap vodka, but you could use it if you want to drink, but in survival situation I wouldn't recommend that. But vodka is a very good sterilization tool, so it can sterilize a lot of things with that. So let's go ahead and we'll get into our side compartments. Here's something that you can get online. It's called a strobe beacon. MS-2000's military use. See, it flashes, or the blue. But my concept of thinking with having something like this is in the wintertime, say it's a bad snowstorm and your vehicle gets, you go off the road and you're down into a ditch and no one can really see you. Well, I've got double-sided Velcro sticky. I can just peel that off, turn this on, and slap it on my Jeep, on the top of my Jeep. Someone driving along seeing a flashing light, hopefully you'd think they would stop and see what's going on. Here I have my Mora knife that I used, or Moroccan knife, I'm sorry, that I used last time in my previous video. They're very sharp, great little knives. 2 battery powered glow sticks, pretty much, chem lights. They turn on, you can turn them off and on whenever you need and not break them, and then they only last for 12 hours. This one's a little bit lower on battery, so, and I've had those for years. Another good thing to have, toothpaste. Keep your teeth clean, you know. But I do have actual chem sticks, little bitty ones, and some bigger ones, the 12 to 8 hour ones. A knife sharpener, keep your knife from going dull, makes work a lot easier. Another multi-tool, this is a Gerber. I've got redundancy, you know, multiple of the same items in my pack. Scissors, you never know when they're going to need handy, cutting stuff, if you want to cut strips from your clothing. I have a 16-inch flexible saw for cutting trees. Little silverware kit, you know, just simple things, you know, if you're out in the wilderness, make it a little bit easier. So, one thing I have is a candle. You know, that could also help to start a fire, get this lit, kind of hold it underneath till, if you don't have any starter logs or the cotton balls with Vaseline or alcohol or dry lint, you know. So, toothbrush goes without saying what you use that for. Just more glow sticks. A compass, very important to have. So you can always find your way. It does have a little magnifying glass in there as well, and that, you know, combined with a very sunny day, you can start a fire without using any of your matches, and saving your matches, your lighters, to when you desperately need them is crucial. So a magnifying glass is always great in a survival situation. Shampoo and soap, if you're out there long enough, you know, you want to stay clean. Some germs are not dirty. Another pocket knife. I usually always carry one on me at all times. Floss, multiple uses with that. It's very strong. Alright, go over to the next pouch. Another emergency blanket, a little bit thinner, not near as strong as the bigger emergency blanket I showed earlier, but you can use in tangent with the other one, build your shelter and use the one as an actual blanket. I believe you guys all remember this from my last video. I showed you a little bit of this. I always carry that in my 72-hour pack. Leather glove, or just gloves, good for working. You know, keep your hands warm. A sharpening stone. So, and over here on this side, I have a lot of my medical stuff. This really thick foil can be used good for cooking or signaling. Very reflective. Ibuprofen. You get stung by a bee or something, you know, headaches, you know, those will help out there in the wilderness. These, I don't know how well you can see, but they're like steri strips. I've used them before on a knife cut, and I just sealed it back up with those. It worked out really well, actually. So, my lighters. So keep those in that one separate from everything else. Use those in last ditch. Deep Plus bug spray, bug repellent. You know, don't want the mosquitoes messing with you. Water purification tablets are a must. So if you have a container, big water bottle, you can get from a nearby stream source. Put those in there, wait a half hour, and you have good drinking water. Or boiling it. Band-aids, moist towelettes, antiseptic wipes. Matches that are in sealed plastic baggies so they don't get wet. Just medical tape. More bandages. A CPR mask, you know. You never know if you may need that on somebody nowadays. So, hand soap, keep your hands clean. More water purification tablets. These I like, they're cool. It's like a soup and gravy chicken flavor. It's like a broth mix kind of deal. Put it in with, if you have a canteen cup, put some water, get the water hot, boiling, purify it, and then put this in there. And you got a nice little soup mix. Or if you were able to catch some game, you can put that in there with that and kind of give it a little bit of flavor. Latex gloves. I think they're latex. They might not be non-latex. So and over here I have a big bag of this trail mix, nuts, freeze-dried fruit. You know, it's pretty good. I tried to replace and replenish my stock of everything in my bag about once every year, year and a half, just to keep everything updated and not expired. So, alright. Well, YouTube, that is what I keep in my survival bag. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Just a quick, there's my bag, and all these items fit inside. So, alright YouTube, I hope you guys have enjoyed my video. Please hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, this is Josh with Tier 1 Survival. And remember, always be prepared.